Good morning, dear students. This is another poem that we have in the second unit test of English. The name of this poem is Keeping Quiet, written by Pablo Neruda. This is the portrait of Pablo Neruda. The poem Keeping Quiet, written by Pablo Neruda, discusses the need of maintaining peace and silence. You see, from the title itself, it says, keep quiet. By keeping quiet, we are opening a world of our vision. A lot of reconciliation and innovative ideas emerge when we are peacefully in silence. The poet stresses upon being quiet and harmless to the human beings, not only human beings, animals and the environment also. He suggests that in order to maintain peace and harmony, it is required to stop and introspect ourselves. We have to be with ourselves. We have to ponder over our own deeds, our own thoughts, our own actions. Here the poem begins. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. Start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Silence. The poet asks everyone to count up to 12 in their mind and to be silent. Now here the number 12 represents, it would be the hours of the day or even the 12 months of the year. Throughout our life, He wants all of us to be very calm and still. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. You know, there are many languages in our nation itself. Here, when he says about these languages, he speaks about the divisions. People across the nations have to get united. So, they shall not speak their own languages. Rather, they all shall keep quiet and speak the language of silence, the universal language. Here, there is no differences of any language. This will bring unity among all the humans on the face of the earth. For at least one moment, no one shall move his arms either to signal or to fight or argue with each other. Complete actions to be held. Complete movement to be held. For what? Therefore, we may get a little time to ponder over our deeds. Once we ponder over our deeds, once we think over our ideas, we get better opportunities, we get better insight related to the matters that we are going to do. It would be an exotic moment without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. When everything will come to a standstill, it will be a rare situation, something different from the usual situations. No one will be in a rush. There will be no engines running, means no work will be done. Everyone will be calm and quiet, united with each other in a strange atmosphere. It will be strange because it has never happened earlier. This step we have to take up. That is what the poet says. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. No person would be harming any other living being, either for food or to earn his livelihood. We are completely stopping hurting the nature around. Maybe animals, maybe the trees, maybe the soil, whatever. No way the nature is going to be affected. Let us pause those work which hurts them. All the people who work endlessly will get some time to look at their injuries and the damage they have caused to their body. Everyone is in a crave. They are craving for physical, material pleasures without knowing that they are causing a lot of damage in our life. Now let us stop all those work. Let us think about that. Those who prepare green wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade, doing nothing. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. Here the poet is speaking about the complete stop of hurting others, not the complete activities one has to do. The people who exploit the green wealth of nature by deforestation or mining or fishing in the deep seas, and the soldiers who use weapons to kill fellow human beings need some time to introspect into the consequences of their actions. Remember, it is not against defending our society, our nation. It is about the nature of killing our own fellow brethren. They are merely doing their job or following orders. He wants them to put on new clothes, that is to adopt a new approach towards life and to realize that killing so many people is not a victory. He wants all our brothers. He wants all of us to be united. He wants everyone to consider everybody around them. A universal brotherhood, along with the peace and unity he proposed. He does not want us to stop our works, but to take some time and analyze the results of our deeds. Not to completely stop our deeds forever. It's not the inactivity that he means forever in one's life, but just for thinking and doing things, we have to pause for a little time. If we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving, and for once could perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. If human beings work endlessly with the aim of completing all their tasks, they are driven by the target of survival and the threat of death. They are in a mad rush to accomplish all their work. He says that perhaps if they pause for a while, they can appreciate their achievements and their lives would become happier. He suggests that by keeping quiet, we will be able to understand the true purpose of our life by keeping quiet for a little moment. Perhaps the earth can teach us, as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. The poet suggests us to take a teaching from nature. We have to learn from nature. The earth undergoes changes in winter. Everything freezes, becomes lifeless, but after some time the season changes again and everything comes back to life. There is a change. But this change is just for time being. Similarly, taking a pause and introspecting into our lives, stopping for a little time and thinking about our life will give a new meaning to our life. We will be able to understand the purpose of our life. So, it can be considered as a rebirth of our own soul. Now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. The concluding lines of this poem, the poet is trying to convey to all the people the purpose of his message. And so he asks them once again to take a pause, count till 12. Now, after counting these 12, the people have to think over their activities. Whatever he wanted to say, he has already said. Now it is for them. Now it is for you to take up the measures that are to be taken up for the betterment of the world. So we are also going to stop this lesson, this poem. I will count from 1 to 12, and there we end up this. Keep learning, keep reading, keep reciting these poems again and again. A very good poem to be cherished in our mind. The poetical devices will be explained the next day. So ready? Now it's your time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.